What's up, calisthenics enthusiasts? When we first dive into the world of training, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by methods that seem overly complex. We hear trainers talking about microcycles, macrocycles, mesocycles, periodization, and other terms that make it sound like something way beyond our understanding. Because of this, we might feel a bit lost when it comes to planning our first workouts. Not knowing all these concepts can make us feel like we'll never be able to create a decent workout program without the help of one of these super knowledgeable trainers. Now, I'm not saying hiring a trainer or following a pre-designed workout is bad. In fact, it's the best option if you have the resources for it. But I know that many of you can't afford a trainer, or maybe you just don't want one because for you, training is more of a hobby, something you enjoy casually without that level of commitment. And then there are those of you who simply prefer to manage your own workouts. Here's the good news. All these concepts that seem so technical and complicated can be simplified and made easy to understand. You can create an effective training program that gets results without needing an advanced degree or spending tons of money. So let's get into it. But before we start, remember you can support me as a content creator by using my code JERAIONPROCESS. With it, you'll get a 10% off supplements, fitness equipment, and healthy food, plus gifts and rewards for larger orders. Take advantage of it, and thank you so much for your support. Let's start by breaking down these concepts in a simple way, and then we'll go over how to apply them without overcomplicating things. First, we have microcycles. A microcycle is essentially 1 week of training. For example, you might train planche on Mondays, front lever on Tuesdays, or split it by muscle groups, like chest on Mondays, back on Tuesdays, and so on. The microcycle is the full week of training with all its sessions. Next, we have mesocycles, which are made of multiple microcycles. In simpler terms, a mesocycle is a group of weeks of training. Typically, this ranges from 4 to 12 weeks, or you can think of it as 1 to 3 months of training. Finally, there's the macrocycle, which consists of multiple mesocycles. To keep it simple, a macrocycle can span from 6 to 12 months of training. There's also the concept of training periodization, which is basically how we organize microcycles, mesocycles, and macrocycles. Or, in simple terms, how we structure our training plan. That's it. Of course, you can get very detailed and technical with each of these terms if you want, but for practical purposes, this basic understanding is more than enough. One additional concept that's super useful is progressive overload. This means gradually increasing the intensity of your workouts over time to keep making progress. You can achieve this by adding more reps, more sets, using harder exercises, or adding extra weight. The key is to avoid doing the same 3 sets of 10 dips for months without any changes. You need to consistently challenge yourself to improve. Now that you understand these technical terms, here's the best part. You don't even need all of them. To create an effective training program, you only need to focus on mesocycles and progressive overload. Let me explain how to do it. Number 1. Set your goals. Start by deciding what you want to achieve. Clear goals are essential for effective planning. Most people aim to master basic calisthenics exercises, learn skills like the muscle up or handstand, build muscle, or work on weighted calisthenics for max strength. Pick what's most important to you. Number 2. Plan your weekly training. Decide how many days per week you'll train. I recommend 3 to 5 days, and what you'll do each day based on your goals. Choose exercises, sets, and reps that you can handle comfortably as a starting point. Don't stress about perfection. This is just your baseline, and you'll improve it over time with progressive overload. If you need help, check out the sample routines in Calisthenics app. With over 500 free routines for all levels, you'll find plenty of ideas. Download the app on Google Play, Apple Store, or at calistheniapp.com. Number 3. Execute your plan and apply progressive overload. Stick to your weekly plan for 12 weeks. This will be your first mesocycle. Track your progress in a notebook, app or Excel sheet. Each week review what you did, and if you completed everything, increase the intensity slightly. This could mean adding more reps, an extra set, or using harder exercises. At first, you'll probably see steady progress week by week. Eventually, you'll hit a plateau where progress slows down. That's okay, it just means you are pushing your limits, which is a sign of growth. Keep at it and aim for gradual improvement over time. Number 4. Take a break, reassess, and start again. After finishing your first mesocycle, take a week off to rest. This is called a deload. During this week, cut your training intensity in half to give your muscles time to recover and rebuild. Once the week is over, start your next mesocycle at a slightly higher intensity than where you began the previous one. Gradually increase your workload over the next 3 months and repeat the cycle. In summary, the idea is simple. Create a 3-month program where you gradually increase the intensity, take a deload week, then start the next cycle at a slightly higher level. You can make this as complex as you want, but the core approach I've explained is a simple and effective way to get started. Remember, consistency is key. Over time, you'll learn, adjust, and perfect your plan as you go. I hope this video helps you improve your training. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe for more, and don't forget to use my code JEDI on Process. See you in the next video.